What's up, old school homies? Let's talk about Frankie Hill. This is a skateboarder you may have never heard of, but deserves a lot of credit. So let's talk about why. I credited Rodney Mullen as being my inspiration in designing a lot of the tricks that basically got passed on to the Gons and Nadas Kappas, who innovated on them further and brought them to the streets. But a little bit later came this kid, Frankie Hill, that sort of kicked it up a notch. I don't know if you can call him an innovator, but I would, because he started saying, we can do this on bigger stuff. And that's still what's most relevant today. And he just went a little bit bigger than everybody else. Sorry to say, his career was short and it was ended by an injury. But everything he did was good. Really good. So, let's talk about the most famous thing that he ever did was the last trick he did in Propaganda, a video by Powell Peralta. And he does a mute grab over maybe a 20-foot dirt gap, asphalt to asphalt, over this big, long mountain of dirt. And he's flying through the air for a long time, and he actually grabs the board and kind of tweaks it a little bit, so some people call it a Japan Air. And it was relevant. It's still relevant to gap skating today, because not only was his gap skating great, because that put him on the map. After that, he was selling skateboards at an incredible rate without ever doing any contests or anything. People just saw him do that and they were just like, boom, he's famous. But hey, his rail skating was really relevant too. Really long rails. They even put him on like a 35 stair handrail. I mean, that's stuff that nobody's still doing. And he didn't make that 35 stair handrail where they fade it to black, but there was another one that he did land where they were painting it that was almost as big. So this kid was always ready to go big, and he blew out his knee doing a backside lip slide on a handrail that he already landed the trick on. So, I mean, that happens. It sucks, but skateboarding is that way. You could do one bad trick and never skate again. And he can still skate today. So at least he still is trying to get back into skateboarding. He has a good job. He's trying to retire and live on a boat and just skate for the rest of his life on probably his rebuilt knee. I think he just has like some rebuilt knee. You know, knee surgeries are coming along so far these days that I'm sure he plans to skate again or get his knee reconstructed. But we have to remember, even though his career ended after maybe 3-5 years, please check out his footage, and it's totally just as relevant today.